What you doing, zombies? I'm the AC, and I'm going to talk about The World Beyond, Season 1, Episode 4, The Wrong End of a Telescope. Now, this episode, it was okay. It wasn't as good as the last one. It was still, I think, much better than the first two. There's just not much actually going on yet, still. And, I don't know, we're still just focusing so much on the past. At this point, I'm just thinking, if you're going to show so many flashbacks, focus so much on the past, you might as well have done the series back then. I don't know, it's whatever. I'm still having my gripes with a whole lot of stuff. Still, I'm not hating on the show. I'm still enjoying it enough. It's just, this could have been much better. I'm just let down. But, no, let me actually talk about the episode and what happens in it. Because there's some cool-ish stuff in it. Yeah, enough at least. First off, I'm not exactly sure where the name of the episode comes from. I think the only thing I can really think of is by the wrong end of the telescope. I think it just has to do with the fact that the kids are out here where, as opposed to being safe in the city. As if someone from the city was looking through a telescope, they would see all the kids out here, when the kids should be the ones on the other side looking through the telescope. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. And that's mainly because Felix and Huck are trying to convince them to turn back. And that's a lot of what this episode is about. So they're having to take cover in a high school from a storm, also looking for supplies because they don't have enough. They have enough to maybe get to Omaha, but they're also already going in the wrong direction to do that. So Felix and Huck want to convince them to go back, and their plan is to Felix convince Elton, Huck convince Hope, because they're pretty sure that Silas and Iris can't be convinced, and then use Hope and Elton to try to help the others convince them. So what they do is, once in a high school, they have a little plan to split up. Felix with Elton, of course, Hope with Huck, of course, and then Silas and Iris go off and do their own little thing. Okay, nice. So, let's just cover each group, each pair, one by one. Not much happens with Felix and Elton. Of course, Felix is able to get to Elton the most. Just questioning him, like why he's doing this, what he's hoping. And really, it doesn't seem to change Elton's mind at all. It's not until randomly they find an empty locker, which once they go into high school, I was immediately just waiting for them to find some kind of zombie in a locker. Like, there has to be. There's no way they would leave that out. And they do not. Luckily, there's one in there. They don't let it out. They keep it in there. But this also reveals to us that Elton is claustrophobic, maybe because of something in his past that he had to hide in a small space, and that kind of scarred him. Okay. And I thought this would be a more Elton-focused episode. It's not. There's not too many flashbacks focused on one person. There are flashbacks focused, however, on Hope and her dad. There's flashbacks about when she got adopted, with both her and Iris apparently have been together even before they were adopted, and they were always that close. I just didn't realize Iris was adopted. I thought it was only Hope. Hey, no, that's cool. It doesn't really matter. It's just cool that they had this bond way long ago. And, they're sisters. They don't seem to still have that kind of bond. So I don't know what's going on. It doesn't seem like they're that close. It seems just like, I don't know, I guess normal siblings that would just tolerate each other. They don't seem like the closest of siblings. But they just seem like siblings. I don't know, whatever. And then they talk about stink bombs because apparently Hope set them off. And then Hope is kind of just feeling like she's disappointing their dad. But then the dad questions how she makes stink bombs. It kind of makes you realize Hope is a lot smarter than she is if she knows how to make this stuff. She had her own distillery, which was awesome. Hope is a lot smarter and cooler than she seems. And then there's one more flashback about Hope talking to their dad about leaving, her not wanting him to do that. There is actually a little saddish part where she's kind of pleading with him, saying that she'll be better, she'll do better, and all that stuff. And he's like, that's not what this is about. Whatever. I guess since he left, she decided not to do better because she still causes trouble and do whatever. But she's still cool. That's fine. Whatever. Besides that, between her and Huck, like, Huck is questioning all that stuff. She doesn't really do that much, I think, to really persuade Hope to change her mind. Like, I don't know, there's a little bit, I guess. There's another gripe I have, is Hope and Huck come up into just a storage room of food. A whole bunch of food. Are you telling me after 10 years, this high school was not picked, clean, bare to the bones? And this stuff has just been sitting here for 10 years. I don't know. There should be no places left that have anything after a decade of a zombie apocalypse. They're just, the world building, I don't understand. I'm still convinced that this is just only a few years. Somehow they all convince themselves it's been 10 years. Maybe they're just terrible at telling time, and one day they're just like, you know what, I feel like it's been 10 years, when in reality it's been maybe 3 or 4 at most. There's no way. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know. This is a bunch of... Let's continue on with what Silas and Iris are doing. So they're in the gym. They somehow trap themselves in a gym. Trapped as in one door won't shut and the other door has one empty at it. And they're enough to be like, okay, no, we're trapped in here. We definitely cannot deal with this one empty. It's ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous. Hope and Iris teamed up to take down the stuck together empties in the last one. And now Hope, Iris is just like, no, we can't handle this. We can't handle this one. Not even with Silas, even though Silas is reluctant to kill anything. Anyways, so they just go and goof off in the gym. They just have a good old time looking through memories. They find a Sadie Hawkins banner, think it's the name of a past student. Silas finds soda, which again, I don't know if soda actually lasts 10 years and would be good to drink. It might still be liquid, sure. I mean, it's mostly soda. I mean, soda is mostly sugar anyway, so I don't know. But, okay, I've had soda that was about 3 years past the expiration date. It was liquid. It was drinkable. It did not taste good. 10 years? That's 3 times the amount of the oldest one I've had. I don't know if it'd be good, whatever. But yeah, this is a time that Silas and Iris seem to bond closer together, which is nice. Kind of my favorite part with all of them, really, of the whole episode. They even dance a little bit. It's a nice moment. Until what seems like the danger of the episode surprises them. So, this whole time, something has just been attacking the empties, dragging them around. It's a dog. It's a wolf. It's some kind of canine. Hope calls it a wolf at one point. Pretty sure wolves do not live around Nebraska area. Pretty sure it's just coyotes. I'm pretty sure wolves are a lot further north. But it's been 10 years. They could have moved around and live here now. I don't know. Now, it really doesn't play out to do much. There's a part Hope and Hug kind of like gently walk past it, and then that's about it. And Hug is kind of telling Hope, oh, it's just doing this because it's protecting its young. And I was like, okay, maybe that's the only relevance that actually has to do with this, because it plays no other part than just being like, oh, there could be something dangerous here. It doesn't really do anything dangerous to them. It growls at them a little bit, watches them, that's about it. But I guess the relevance is making this parallel to like the wolf is protecting its young, and then Huck and Felix are trying to protect these kids, or maybe it has to do with Hope and her dad's flashbacks and how he's doing this for them. Kind of, I don't know, maybe it's a lot more obvious to others. And I was like, I feel like you're really trying to stretch this to make it a point, make some kind of moral out of it. I don't know. Doesn't really do that much. But, yeah, there was a wolf. Yeah, it was there. It could have been doing something cool. But, I don't know, who knows what the actual plan was. I mean, I hope they know. I don't know if they do. Anyways, move on. So, getting close to the end, Silas, Iris, I thought they heard a wolf in the vents. Don't know how the wolf would get in the vent or what it would be doing there. Maybe it was just a wall and there was just a vent thing there separating the wall and the wolf. I don't know. I've seen stuff like that in real life before. Still don't know why they exist. Whatever. So they finally are like, okay, we're going to get through this one empty. They don't even kill it. They're just like, we're just going to go right past it. That's it. Okay, they're still going. They get trapped by more empties. Finally, they're having to actually fight. So they're actually able, Silas is actually able to get a clean kill. Right in the head. It's like, yes, Silas. He's finally going to get into it. Then he snaps, freaks out, has his own little flashback about doing whatever. And just punches it empty over and over. It's one bad idea getting your fist anywhere near its mouth that you could accidentally get bit. Like, honestly, it'd be kind of funny if we come back and realize Silas somehow punched the teeth, got bit, somehow gets infected with that. Because that's what you get. This is just kind of dumb. Anyways, they're trying to get him to stop. Elton gets pushed back, a little hurt. He might get a little bump. Nothing big deal. They finally get him stopped. Whatever. I don't know. It's kind of a played out thing too. You had a whole episode to do this. I guess yeah, it's still going to affect you. But we do get a little more information about why Silas freaks out. He does question Iron. He's like, do you think that he killed his dad? So we know for sure now that it is his dad and that his dad is dead, or maybe he's not actually dead, he's just hurt. But people think he killed his dad, and all kinds of stuff could be going on. I mean, I'm sure he's dead. Why not? Make him dead, whatever. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much the extent of any actiony stuff that happens in the episode. Like I said, it was okay. It was a nice setting, aside from the fact that it doesn't look like it's been 10 years. It was kind of creepy until you realize the dog actually didn't do anything. And there weren't too many empties, and they didn't really kill too many. So what are you doing? What are you really going for here? I get this is a drama show, but the drama itself isn't even that drama. It's just kind of, did that happen, I guess? Sure. But from what we can expect later, it looks like Elton is convinced now to try to help convince the others to go back. I mean, that's probably not going to happen. But, hey, they got 1 out of 4. We'll see what happens with that. And that's pretty much what seems like the end of the show. The show ends. They do the little preview for the next episode. And then my recording stops because my DVR was like, hey, this episode's over. Except for it's not. There was more to it. Stupid. Why did you do this? They roll the credits. They do the preview for the next episode. And then they continue to the next scene about what's going on somewhere else in a laboratory where there's a bunch of empties. I guess they're experimenting on doing it, whatever. There's a woman having lunch. And then you see a picture on her desk that has Hope and Irish's dad on it. Hey. And then that's pretty much it. Like, nothing worth going back and having to rewatch it to try to see what that was. But it's still there. I'm more annoyed by the fact that you stop the episode, show the preview, then continue the episode. Why do you do it? Don't do that. That's stupid. Stop that. Anyway, what do you thought? Like I said, it was okay. I'm still interested enough in the show. It's just really shaky, I feel like it's just not living up to what everyone was hoping and expecting for this. We'll see in the next episode as things keep clearing up. We'll see who gets a more flashback to their life. I feel like Elton will be next, since it looks like a lot's going to be on him next episode. So yeah, we'll just wait for that. We're just continuing off with this. But yeah, let me know what you thought if you watch it, if you're liking it or not liking it, you're just about it. And if you like what I have to say about it, go ahead and like my video. You want to see me talk more about World Beyond, all the other zombie shows that are going on, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You can see why I do all that. But until next time, I'm DXC. Thank you for watching, and